Hello, I'm ibxtoycat, and Minecraft has officially just launched its Dungeons and Dragons collaboration, and although it costs 1,510 Minecoins or $9, it is something that you cannot be curious. It's impossible not to be curious about because it is something that involves so much and has involved so much work on both ends and is 332 megabytes. Today, we're going to be downloading it and going for a full playthrough so you can see the Minecraft Dungeons and Dragons and see what it actually is like, because I am oh so curious. I have played my fair amount of D&D, well, maybe less than my fair amount of D&D, but it's something I really do enjoy, and I think it's a perfect fit for Minecraft because D&D is an open exploration game, and what's that? Is Minecraft exactly that too? Yes, it is. I am very excited to see how this goes, and if you are too, then come along for the ride. This is Dungeons and Dragons, and it actually worked on the first download here. Let's play it in Minecraft, shall we? So, yeah, I am very, very hyped to, because, you know, they do say that it's not just looking at iconic D&D locations, like Candlekeep, for example, but it also is going to be a dive into some other things. And I think the first experience is a real honest way to actually look at a game, you know, seeing how it would actually be if you loaded up yourself. I really enjoy this as a way to explore things, because sometimes, you know, like overproduced trailers and hype take away what something is actually like to play. And you know, sometimes it's just nice to watch someone else and see what's going on, and hopefully I can provide that for all of you today. So, hello everyone, I'm ibxtoycat. I hope you're doing wonderfully on this Tuesday evening. I know that I am doing pretty well, but I also know that I am having this big level of curiosity. Also, there's a streamer mode. Thank you for the heads up, Rose Pentacle. Yeah, because something real fun to keep an eye out for is a lot of marketplace maps will have copyright music, which you can't play. Also, you know, I jinxed it. I said it was working, but as you can see, the loading screen's pretty big. Oh, this is one of the craziest maps they've ever released. You cannot play this on any device that has 6 gigabytes or less of RAM, and so you cannot play it on a Switch, and for some reason you can't play it on a PlayStation at all. You'd figure you could play on a PS5, but I'm not the boss of, you know, Mojang. But yeah, so it's going to take a while to load up, it seems even. But that does sound like it's going to be a pretty epic map. Or poorly optimized, but hopefully it's going to be epic. Hello, I'm ibxtoycat, and this is Dungeons and Dragons. Eventually. The fun thing is that it does say that it tries to incorporate the real D&D in there, which seems like it seems like it could be a tricky thing to do, but I think it could be a great way to really help these two audiences understand each other. So, please don't turn on streamer mode. The music is original. So they probably have a streamer mode specifically for that reason, right? So please do not change perspective. Yeah, you can't tell me what to do, D&D, and do not hide the HUD. I have both those things specifically not done. I do wonder what happens if I do it, but yeah, let's not. Let's press this button. A render distance of 8 chunks or above is recommended. I have that already enabled. And make sure your sound is turned up. Sometimes dialog boxes will not allow you to continue until a whole voice line has played, because it's especially important information. This map may contain flashing lights, and then, oh, there's doors behind me. That's a clever way to do it. So let's play some D&D. Okay, so they've got a lot of custom textures and custom models in here already, but I'm not going to use headphones for the best experience, because I want to listen to you, internet, and I'm not going to find their maps on the marketplace, because I've already found it. So, with that said, yeah, this is oh, there's like a D&D table, where, you know, and like you can see the guy from the thumbnail over here. It's going pretty well already, but let's go ahead and do we sit at the table? This seat is reserved for the dungeon master, so I guess I'll sit here and I'll throw some dice maybe. No, okay, start adventure. There's a big button. Did anyone see that on the way down? I swear to God I did not. I was looking around the room, I missed it.
Hey,
but let's
glad you made it.
Start our adventure.
I'm really happy that you're willing to give this game a shot. It's one of my favourite things to do with friends. Between the role-playing, strategy, and just being goofy with each other, it's always a great time. D&D has something for every kind of player. Now, you said the other day that you wanted to just get kind of an intro experience before joining my regular campaign group. So I figured a more individual sort of experience would be a good way of showing you the ropes. Give you an idea of what the experience can feel like. Just take a seat whenever you feel like getting started. I've got snacks that should last us until the end of the universe.
It's real good to have subtitles, by the way.
So help yourself to those too.
Big fan.
Good to go? Okay, so first things first, let's choose your class. I've got the basics already written up. Do you want to be a holy warrior with the ability to heal yourself and smite your foes with the power of your
role
deity?
should we play?
Paladin might be the way to go. Oh, or maybe a wizard, using your magic
that
to
sounds
blast
fun too.
bad guys
Pretty
sky high
janky,
with
but maybe
fireballs
fun.
while deflecting incoming attacks. But a rogue could be fun too.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
run
honestly,
tactics
so
poisoning your enemies and
my
watch, but it's
personal
also
preference
lots
is
of
always
fun
like,
to
I
just be
like
a
rogues as an
barbarian with a
idea.
big axe.
And if they can make a
get
rogue
so
work
angry
well
that
in
they
this.
I've always had a hard time choosing.
So you get 4 choices basically, but I feel like off these 4, just basic ideas. Oh, that's really interesting. So left to navigate, use item to confirm. So as you can see, you get like basically different sets of weapons. The attack speed, it doesn't seem like you're really gonna do too many roguey things, but if we could poison our enemies, that could be fun. On the other hand, a wizard sounds fun. Okay, chat is voting for wizard. I'm going for wizard. Okay, let's do it. Choose a class to play. Hold down use item. Okay, I'm holding it, I think. What is use item? Oh, there we go. Oh. Yeah, this is very interesting interface to have in Minecraft. So I've definitely confirmed it. Close the menu by selecting another item slot.
Okay.
Let's go.
Next, let's allocate your stats. You want me to explain how stats and
Okay,
dice
I'm going to
rolling
have this
work
be
in
explained, but
game?
this is actually pretty cool. They're going to do this. Okay, let's do it.
Stats determine what you're good at.
There we go.
So, say you've got a +3 in wisdom and need to see if someone is telling the truth. You would
They're
roll
actually
the
explaining
D20 and
D&D.
add
Okay.
3 to whatever you rolled.
This is fun.
That insight check would show rolling high means you can understand them, and within reason, of course. If you roll a 20 on that die, then you'll almost certainly succeed at whatever you're trying to do. Let's try an example.
Okay.
You are speaking to a tavern keeper.
That's
asking
cool.
after some
That's
local
really
bandits
okay.
that you've
I'm
been
so
hired to
excited for
hunt
this
down.
now. I wasn't sure what I
He
felt.
talks easily enough, but he says that he has no information on
Let's
you.
roll the
Okay,
dice.
You rolled a 10,
Ah.
so add 3 to that.
Hey.
With a 13, you notice him tense and almost physically withdraw when you ask him about the bandits.
He's hiding
That's pretty
something.
much it.
'Cause I've
Rolling a
got
20 when you
insight
hit
and
someone
wisdom.
In a fight also counts as a critical hit and doubles how much damage you do to them.
Okay.
Rolling a 1 on that die, though, can be really bad news. Sometimes it just
If
means
you haven't
failing
rolled a
whatever
1
you're
in a
doing.
crucial situation,
Sometimes
you
it
don't
means
know
failing
what
so
it's really like.
spectacularly that you, I don't know, fall down a flight of stairs, out of a window, and into a pen of screaming goats. You'll also see
Okay.
that your class already
So
has stats that will. Do you want to make them better at what they already do? or do
Yeah,
you want
balance
to
my.
balance them
So if
out a
I'm
bit?
wizard, I think we should go. I'm a big believer in the min max. Like I think balance would be a good way to do anything in real life. In a video game, it's like, well, if I've got int +3, I'll be real intelligent. Let's just so use item. Let's go to int 5. Let's go to. I think being dexterous is also real fun, so we'll have this be in there somewhere too. We don't really need strength, and we don't really need wisdom. I'll put 1 wisdom point on, just because it decreases the cooldown for class abilities, and I'm a wizard, so I probably need a little bit of that. So
And
there we
like
go.
that, you've made your first
This is
character.
fun, huh?
Congrats.
Stats do different things than regular D&D. Take a read. Oh, thank you, Redstone
Now,
Scientist.
how about we dive right into
Yeah,
the continent of
it's
Faerun
it's
has
fun
seen
that they're
hundreds
taking a
of
twist on it
stories
while still
turning
managing to
legends.
explain the base game.
The Dawn Age, when
Thank
dwarves
you.
overthrew the tyrannical giants and elves waged war
Appreciate
against
it,
evil
Angela.
dragons, thereby carving out a place in the world for small folk. The tyranny of the Rose Dragon, when the great red worm Ylvir Arsalisar nearly razed
a good
Kalimshan
name.
and established her cruel empire. The time of troubles, when celestials and fiends alike
really
were cast
impressive.
from their own realms, warring and laying waste to the mortal plane in their efforts to reclaim their divine positions. Yet each great story has great people steering the narrative. The Rose Dragon's empire only fell because Rafak al-Khajan and his companions slew the evil beast. The times of troubles ended because those like the mage Midnight rose
This
to
is
the
more
occasion,
interesting than
in
Minecraft
their
Legends.
case, taking the mantle of divinity from the slain
I don't wanna be mean to it,
celestial
but I mean,
Mistra
see
until
that.
she could be resurrected. Now we come to the precipice of another such event, a budding calamity that could warp reality as we know it. Though there is no prophesied chosen one, no foreseen savior, if you play your cards right, you might just be able to avert what is to come. Or perhaps your story will simply serve as a cautionary tale for those who survive.
Okay, I'm in.
Despite this, it all starts with something as mundane as fetching groceries for your parents.
Wow, that is a really cool. Like this feels like a full game inside of Minecraft, right? Like they got actual Wizards of the Coast involved. Obviously, Minecraft has to approve all brand collabs. This is a huge thing to just like exist as a little piece of DLC on the side. But I am so curious what it's going to be like. Let's do it. Dedicated to the storytellers of the world. I've heard this is a really good way to start playing D&D.
On Nashkel, a village on the northern slopes of the Cloud Peaks. The late spring rains have abated, making the trek across town to deliver a commission for your father at least a bit less muddy. As you make your way back along the main street, though, it is hard not to notice that your otherwise quiet home is riddled with strained,
It's such a cool way to visualize a D&D world. Ah, look at me, I'm a wizard. I got a staff. I don't have any abilities. But look at me. So yeah, you can see this is a very intensive map just from how things kind of exist right here. If we need to, we can always later turn down the render distance.
Standing
but for now,
behind his produce stand is Eric, one of the farmers living on the village's outskirts. You have known him for most of your life, though he is still young and smile lines have only just begun to crease the sides of his eyes.
Your father said you'd be along to pick up his purchase. I don't envy him his back problems, as if he didn't have enough to deal with. Anyhow,
fun.
Here you go.
Okay,
I'm sure he appreciates having you around to do all the heavy lifting for him.
Let's say old age.
Yeah,
oh, so it's just
old age
okay.
Doesn't seem to agree with
Just
him.
a casual conversation.
Yeah, well, it doesn't with most of us. If you're ever given the option of growing old,
Whispers.
What's everyone whispering about? I only got.
Everyone's worried about the people who've gone missing.
So fun,
You've
yeah.
probably already heard about
Voice
Elsa
acting in
not coming
Minecraft
home
instead of
yesterday.
Yeah, it takes a lot
the
of
fourth person in 2
like
weeks.
audio files
The
to make
trackers
something
looking
like this
for her
work.
haven't come back yet, but if it's anything like the other 3 disappearances, they won't find any. People are real frightened. I can't blame them. Might be a good idea to not wander
I
around
am
on your
confident.
I can take care of myself. See you around.
own.
Am I called
See ya.
Catra, by the way? It just hits me right now. Unless this is Catra here. Maybe this is. But yeah, I think I'm called Catra, which I think is beautiful, by the way. I played a Minecraft D&D recently, and I picked a more fun name even yet. But you know, Catra's pretty fun by default. So you can turn on stream mode now. It doesn't make sense that you can't earlier, but I think it's one of those risky things like why? Okay, so there's no easy like setting for it. Yeah, not that I can see. If it brings it up, I'll obviously have to enable it. I hope there isn't copyrighted music. That is always a bummer when people choose to include that. And it seemed more of a bummer when people choose to claim that. Like they license their music to a game, knowing that people will make videos of the game and then think that they can cash in a little bit on those videos. But we'll assume that's not what they've gone for. So yeah, this is really, really cool, right?
Inside your house.
Look at this.
Perhaps it is worth waiting and listening in.
Shall I listen to the voices,
Heard
internet?
about it this morning.
Oh, wow, they actually...
I caught one of the trackers before he could go out to look for Helsa. He said he'd check it out while the trail was still warm, if there was one. But I don't know if he told anyone else first.
We'll have to assume that he did. People are already starting to panic, and this will make it worse. I heard people at the market this morning talking about unfamiliar monsters. No one had seen the things themselves, but the rumors are bad enough.
This goes on.
It
and
looks
we'll have a mob
real
of the front
cheesy,
door
but again, for
demanding
D&D,
answers.
this is way better than just
Surprised you haven't
imagining in
seen
your
one
head, right?
You've got to get ahead of this.
So what are you going to do about it?
Give me a minute. I've got an idea, but I want to talk it over with Katra. first.
That's
You're
me.
welcome to stay if you like. They should be back soon.
Hello.
Ah, there you are. Put the food on the table and come talk to me. There's something we need to discuss.
Put some groceries down. Whoa, how many groceries do we need? Are we medieval peasants or are we the royalty? I'm just saying, that's a bit too... Also, is it really groceries when it's just a bag of apples? Anyway, so let's go speak to him.
Listen, you've heard about the people going missing. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but the
I've
whole
heard no such
Kelsit
thing.
family is gone now. Neri found their farm empty this morning without even a sign
Wow.
of struggle. This is asking a lot, and I've got a feeling your mother's going to kill me after I say this.
Then don't say.
But I need you to go speak with Endan Dravair and ask for his help.
Endandravier. I love fantasy names.
You're right. I think I
Can never just
will
be speak to
throttle
John.
you. Are you insane? People are going missing, and you think sending Katra out into the woods by themselves is somehow a good idea?
I have to agree with Ellen.
They'd make a tempting
Guess
target.
someone will have to
The
come
trackers
with
have been
me.
going on their own, and no one's bothered them.
Yes, but you could just say.
I want the trackers to keep looking for our people. After all the times you've run off into there as a kid, and Vair's important. His ego probably won't let him talk to just a random villager. Neri could go, but she doesn't know how to fight, and I don't want the community
Size of his
healer to be
fist.
missing for a whole
Oh
day if
god,
someone
the
breaks her
giant.
arm.
And you're not worried what...
Unless Katra does something really
Okay,
stupid,
let's
which
be
I would
sarcastic.
trust them.
You know I'm standing right here and can answer for myself.
Is this what I
right?
sound like?
Hey, watch the sarcasm.
Well, they're right. Manners aside,
I
they can
want
speak
to
for
help.
themselves. Mom, if I
I
can...
was hoping you'd say that. Now,
Okay.
Endon is a proud creature. He has
This is
the
cool,
wisdom
huh?
of the ages and probably knows something that we don't. But there's a good chance he won't help us for free, just on principle. If he doesn't, I want you to offer him money. This pouch is 100 gold.
Okay, so I
took
love
it from the village's
this is
emergency
like
fund.
RPG
I'd say
classic.
this counts.
I'm gonna
Rounded it
try
out
and
to
use
100
less of the
using
money
we
and
were
then keep
saving
the
for a
rest
new
for
roof.
myself.
Start with a low offer, like 30, and work your way up, unless you think you're gonna insult him or lose his interest. Whatever help or advice you can give will be welcome. If we're lucky, he might already know where our missing people are or where to look. A bird's eye view could show.
I still think that...
If I'm being honest, it probably is a bad idea, but it's.
I'll
right.
leave now. Yep,
Oh, before you go,
I'm out.
do you want to do a quick sparring match? Couldn't
Nah,
hurt to brush
I'm
up on your
good.
tech-
I'm gonna find out my techniques
I'm sure
live
you can
in the
find
woods on
Hanks.
some strangers.
I'll take good care.
Just be careful and come back in one piece.
Okay, so that's fun. They've even got like
you
little
being
quests
alone
added in
the
there.
woods, Katra. Come
For
back
people who
quickly.
think that like you know, but I think for a lot of people like D&D. Also, why can't I leave the door? Do I have to close it on myself? Also, every time I press, so yeah, I think for a lot of
Going
people,
missing. It won't be long before there's no
like
village
D&D
left.
has this like connotation to it, right? That like, oh, that's like a whole thing there. But basically, every single like role-playing game has roots in the D&D system of like, what if we made it about stories, and then tangentially you just also happen to kill people with magic missiles? Oh, some very. Can I use them on like this random guy? How do you think that goes for me? Okay, so you can't attack strangers here. Can you talk to strangers? You can't. You know, that's good. Honestly, I'm glad my parents have taught me well. However, we are going to... Oh, there we go. Candlekeep. It's just that way. We're just going to go through that door and follow that pathway. But for now, we're going out into the woods and we're going to see what's happening. Also, good to see you, everyone join the stream right now. Caitlin, I'm happy to see you. Indeed, everyone else. Quick sparring match against Popeye. No thanks. His fists aren't that big. Although my fists aren't. Okay. Hey, we got some goblins to fight. Okay, so magic barrier. Yeah, try and attack me now. You can't. So yeah, I'm just going to attack him. Okay. We're going to just use regular missiles in between the magic ones. I don't know. This isn't doing much damage, but it's better than no damage. And there we go. Let's go for it. Oh, okay. It did nothing, it seems, but it's fine. I did it. So yeah, you have a... Oh, thank you. Hey, IBX. Hope you've been well.
Wonder if they
Being
got
an
something
adult
to do
sucks,
with
says
what's going
Penelope Naomi. Congratulations on being an adult. You know, people should say more often, like, wow, good job. You have things together somewhat, even. You know, like having things together on any level it takes real work, you know. This is the stereotype is how people get less time to play games, or maybe even less time to play D&D. And it's for a reason, right? There's so many just life activities you have to take care of. You're thrown out into the woods when there are people out there that might kill you. Also, by the way, I see a chest and I can't resist but go for it. This really does feel like a fully fledged game inside of Minecraft in a really cool way. This is a magic potion and a confidence potion. I'm gonna take that next time I need to describe some things. As part of my game design classes, we played a lot of TTRPGs, never actual D&D though. Yeah, I think tabletop
Guess
games
this is
tell you
it?
so much about how to make
Unless
compelling
this
stories
wayfinder led me
in
to
an
some
interactive
old
format,
owlbear den.
which is what you're really trying to go for in
Okay
video
then.
game design, in my opinion. I think that's the... Also, investigate the sounds. I'm just gonna charge at it. I'm gonna magic missile whatever I see, and I'm gonna hope that that is all I need. So the man lives in a cave, and also likes gold. I think he's a dragon. Yeah, okay, should have seen it coming. The man is a dragon, and I'm just gonna trust the dragon knows what he's doing. Seems pretty dodgy to me. Oh. Maybe the dragon is the good guy. Oh, poor dragon. They very explicitly said he's a dragon.
What was that?
Let's pick up the coin. Let's just give her a little grab. Maybe take the whole stack even. Yeah, I can get this.
As you reach for the coin that seemed to suck the life from Endan Dravair, you note a crack running down its face. Whatever these people want with it, you doubt they should have it. The moment you touch the metallic surface, though, a jolt of energy sears through your fingers and up your arm.
I'm a dragon
followed by
now.
A sense of pressure, as if the ocean's tide were rushing into your flesh. Recoiling, the coin is adhered to your fingertips, bound there even as you feel that the force pouring from it stretches your skin and crushes your bones, threatening to rupture and burst your entire body. Other than your body, though, it is the coin that bursts, erupting into shards of metal as the same light that flowed into it earlier streams into you.
I get to
Physical
keep the money
pain
now.
abates, though something continues to press on your mind, clawing its way into your thoughts and filling your skull as the world around you distorts and turns insensible, chaotic, and then, finally, dark.
What happened?
I'm a dragon now,
Where
or
is-
something. I have his power. I have his soul inside me.
Who are you? What have you done to me?
I don't know.
Answer me.
I just wanted to give you some money, friend.
Stop. Who are you? What are you doing to me?
Who am I will ask again. Who are you? What happened to those people in my...
Your cave? Who?
Do not play games, child.
My name's
I am
Katra.
Endandra.
My name's Katra.
Do not play games with
Stop
me,
saying
child.
you. I'm
Now
not playing
answer
any
my
games.
questions. What happened in...
Did you see anything? I think I was unconscious for a while, but...
I only came back to consciousness when you were calling for your...
What do you...
I remember they...
It's good voice acting for a dragon, huh?
My soul in that coin. I have heard of artifacts that can do such. I had never expected that it would be so painful, though. After that, I saw the things. I was still reeling when the next thing I clearly saw was your face. A moment. Now, we need to return me.
Yeah.
This is a waste of time.
So we
You need to
could go
find the people
home,
who took my body
or we
immediately.
could go find the people who took his body immediately.
Went to my village first.
Okay.
They have done something.
Let's do this instead. I don't think they've done anything to the village, chat. I think the Catra's a little bit of an overreactor, an voice actor. Seriously, by the way, the amount of dialogue that they must have for this to be a fully fledged adventure. Already we've gone through so much. Oh, okay. Sorry, okay. I'm sorry for calling you dramatic. I'm sorry for being dramatic. Calling myself dramatic, I guess. It looks like my village... You know, I'm just saying, internet, greater than 99% of village fires happen to villagers that haven't subscribed to the ibxtoycat YouTube channel. This could have been so easily prevented.
Anyone? The house? What happened to the house?
Oh, you can't jump. I'm doing parkour. Don't you...
Dad!
We'll sneak in via the door.
Someone help!
No, there's no getting in there. Oh.
So there is someone left. Oh, I figured there would be a few of you bumpkins left scurrying about like rats.
Shall I just attack?
We can't have you going and squealing
Oh, it
to your
doesn't work
neighbors
that way.
about us. No, we want things to be quiet and peaceful. So you will
Okay,
have to
so I'm gonna
come with
drink a
us.
confidence potion before we, and then we're gonna persuade them.
Take or kill them.
No.
We'll have no.
No,
witnesses
don't
today.
do it. Don't do it. Okay, so I'm gonna run after the. Okay, they're gone already. So instead, we have to defeat the unknown attackers, goblins. Okay, so yeah, the combat in this is like surprisingly good. I feel like most Minecraft maps do real janky combat. This is surprisingly good for magic combat. You know, it's we have to wait 10 seconds for each of these, so could have done with a nice little improvement there. But otherwise, look at that. It's working. Just about. Oh dear God, what just happened there? Yeah, it's a little janky, but it's fine. Don't be a Catra, subscribe for safety. I'm just saying, you don't want to come home to your village and find your parents are dead, which is why I recommend subscribing to the channel.
Anymore, it would seem.
What
How
happened?
did they do this? Where is everyone?
Do you actually expect an answer to that
I-
question, or
I
you
want
simply
him
have-
to
No,
tell me.
I was expecting you to actually be helpful and offer some insight, but I guess that was too much to ask,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
tell him, Catra.
Careful, child. I may not have my own body, but it seems that I can still harm yours.
Stop
Mean.
It, stop it! I had a dragon pop into my head and start tearing it apart, and then a few minutes later I found out my home and everyone I know are now gone.
So dramatic.
How dare you! Consider yourself fortunate that I am merciful and willing to overlook this slight in light of your
Some villagers had got.
Well, it seems that a few missing persons is the least of your village's concerns now.
That's cruel.
And not
Also, thank
appreciated
you.
right
The other day in
now.
my Bedrock Survival World, I found
I
10
understand
diamonds.
that
I'll be
you're
back in a few minutes and
upset,
share
but
the
I am
secret
too.
coordinates.
So can you please lay off?
Congrats. Appreciate. I'm glad you had a great day, HP2.
So what are we supposed to do now? I don't have a home, and you don't have a body.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting you.
Let's
take
go
over
find you a dragon
Do not
body,
think that I
or
could,
maybe
even
like
if
a
I
goat or
tried.
something.
As much as it galls me to admit it, all I can do is hurt you. I think that I could kill you if I truly wished.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
We shall hunt the people who took my body. We will find a way for you to put me back, and I can force answers out of those treacherous eels.
But it exploded when I touched it. It felt like something was being forced into me before.
Without the coin, I doubt that you would have been able to restore me anyhow, much less after whatever that monster of theirs did to me in the time since. It seems
So I've got the same question as before.
Okay, so my
What
plan,
now?
I think we go back
short
to the
of
cave
purging
now.
my soul from your body, which I would not recommend lest you want me to destroy the both of us first. You will need to put me into another vessel.
Would you like to go in a
Ideally,
coin?
though, that vessel will be my own original body, purified of whatever has come to infest it. If your villagers were taken by this group, then finding where they
How is
had
this guy
taken
here
you will
unaffected,
also
by
lead
the way?
you to the answers you
You
seek.
still people come in and burn
Sure,
the village?
but I don't know
He's just
anything
having a
about
good
healing
time now.
dragons or moving souls from one body to another. How are we supposed to do all of that, or even find these people?
I think that the best course now would be to seek the advice of the scholars in
Candlekeep. Let's
It
go.
is relatively close and hosts the greatest
Let's do
collection
it.
of knowledge in Faerun that I am aware of, anyhow.
Just,
If anyone
this is the
would
man.
know of a cure or be able to devise one and be able to tell us more about this group of people that attacked me, then we will almost certainly find them in Candlekeep's
This
great
guy's
library.
gonna take me there, right?
Rather than walk the whole way,
There we go.
see if that man with the cart is heading north. Preserve your strength while you can.
Man with
I think
cards.
that's actually the first good, usable advice you've given
I
me.
feel like
Do not push your luck with such frequent sarcasm, child. Find the cart and let us leave.
I wonder. I feel
Need a
like.
lift?
Yeah, let's go. Candlekeep. Whoa, immediate. Wow, that.
After
need
nearly
a lift.
2
Straight
weeks
there
of
we go.
walking, leaving over 100 miles of the coast road behind you, Candlekeep's soaring spires are finally close enough to reveal their details. Set atop a craggy peninsula, rising above the Sea of Swords, the fortress overlooks the surrounding farmland, while keeping a healthy distance from the wild and shadowy Cloakwood.
At last. I had forgotten how long it can take to travel when one does not have wings with which to fly.
I get it.
Certainly
You're a
seems
dragon and you can
tedious.
do cool things. You're a cat now.
Remember,
Okay.
Candlekeep is the home of the Avowed, the greatest scholars on the continent. Be respectful, follow their rules, and try not...
Anything I should know about this place?
Last I was here, they only allowed the local scholars called the Avowed through the Emerald Door into the inner ward, where the libraries are. They have since eased their restrictions somewhat, I have heard, but be prepared to do some favors or pay
Let's
for...
get going. Okay, so you gotta pay to enter this place. And I think this is like our opening of like the open world. I was thinking like, shouldn't I have been able to speak to the Cartman before? To be a true, in my mind, open world RPG, you need to be able to make, you need to be able to like talk to anyone at any time, be able to make some questionable decisions. Because I think, just like real life, if you can't make a poor decision, you're not really making decisions. That's you know, why I made the comment about being an adult. Once you get to the point where you can make poor decisions every day, but you choose to make good ones, that's
These
the
fields
real
look
challenge.
almost untended. I do not hear any farmhands or
Oh
livestock.
no.
Have these places been abandoned for some reason? Keep a keen eye out.
Let's see
If
if there's
these
anything
people
we
fled
can
their
take from their
They
homes.
must have had a good reason to do so.
See, usually it's not okay to loot people's houses, but if there's a big goblin man on, there's some big thing on the loose, right? Hypothetically, then you can take from other people, and then you can claim it was just the big evil, and it's like, oh, I can't believe he stole your DVDs too. Oh, he must have really wanted those. And then yeah, that's my plan. Okay, so sketchy halfling has something to tell me about the guards. I sprinted right past him. Should we speak to him, or should we speak straight to the guards? I like this. There is a decision to be made. I'll speak to the sketchy halfling.
We're starting to wonder if you'd actually stop to talk.
Yeah?
What do you need to warn us about?
Well, the guards aren't going to let you in. I saw you coming up the road, and it's pretty clear you're not from here. So no one's going to let you in.
Why aren't they letting strangers in?
People that are going missing in the area. Travellers and locals alike. Yeah, the families that live there just up and vanished.
But we need
no
to
sign
get
of
in.
an attack or anything. So the people in charge are getting right paranoid and only allowing residents to enter the city.
Who are you?
Are you anyhow?
Oh, people around here just call me Scratch. It's not a very inspiring nickname, but better give 'em my real name in case the authorities come sniffing around. Used to work in the city office as a scribe, but
Okay, so this guy's unreliable. We're going to use his
first
information.
time era.
It's a big courtyard.
area. Kind of like a small town in itself where people who aren't among the avowed can live, work, and just
How do I
find
get in?
So how do...
If you're gonna enter Candlekeep, you're gonna need a residence pass.
Okay. Do you have one for me?
They handed them out to all the locals in their jurisdiction.
Hey, yeah, we get
but
to-
It was pretty rushed, and with my
Okay.
special set of skills, I can make one that will fool the guards into letting you through the gate. What do you say?
I love this.
25
This is what
gold,
I'm talking
and
about.
the documents will be all yours.
A little bit Bethesda-y, but I'm going to insight.
He is telling
this.
the truth about people vanishing and the guards being extra cautious, but he is also scalping you with that price.
Let's barter first.
I don't have much money to spare. And you don't look like you have many customers. Drop the price to 10 and I'll pay you.
No, I don't, so I need to make each one count. 25.
Oh, you can't quit this interaction midway through. Okay.
Fine.
Fine, I have to pay.
Now, I can't make this pass from nothing, and I sold my last copy a week ago, so you'll need to find one of your own that I can modify. Look at those farmhouses, though. The families there were either taken or
See-
left in a hurry. They might have one or two lying around. Bring back a copy.
My
plus
idea-
payment, and I'll get to work. Be careful.
Wouldn't
now.
it be handy
The
if
people
I'd
here,
already
I've
gone to the
heard some
villagers'
rustling around
houses,
there,
specifically
and
looking?
Strange sounds. Never seen anything.
Oh,
but
this is weird.
Gives me the creeps.
It's
I
pulling me
think I
back.
saw someone go into one of those houses, maybe to stay the night, but I never saw them come out. Probably just missed them now. Good
Yeah,
luck.
there's nothing bad
Of
going
course,
on there.
we have to do the legwork.
But
I'm the one doing all the work.
I think this
You're
is
just
so
along
well
for
put
the
together.
ride.
But
I
that one
will
decision is a
contribute
little
as best I
bit,
can.
little bit
My
weird.
advice by itself could prove invaluable.
Yeah, if you ever give it.
Okay, so you can sleep. Okay, so you can sleep, but it's only setting a spawn point. It's really, really cool the way the interactions work. I'm a big believer in make some poor decisions here and there, but especially pretending to be open world and then not isn't the point of D&D. Also, I can't sprint anymore for some reason. Was I ever able to sprint? Am I crazy? Okay, so defeat the scarecrows.
Some sort of construct, it would
Okay,
seem.
so you're gonna attack
I
you.
presume that it is guarding this house.
There we go,
unless
okay,
Someone left
just-
it with more malicious.
Go crazy on
intentions.
this.
Thanks, but that advice isn't
Oh,
helping
there's a
me
lot of
kill it.
scarecrows.
Just tear it apart. If it cannot hold itself together, it is no threat.
Yep, we're
To
good.
think you
We're
needed
great.
my help to figure even that out.
Oh no, oh no. Okay, blast them. There we go, we're great now. Problems are solved. I'm barely even dead. I wonder if we've stored our health when we slept. So yeah, you can attack. I would say, from my experiences so far, the wizard isn't so great, but I'm hoping there's a level up system that's going good here. It's really giving Skyrim vibes, to be honest, as Rosie Pharaoh. Yeah, I totally see it. Also, Residence Pass, perhaps? Oh no, I just magic missile something again. I'm guessing whatever we're looking for will very clearly mark itself then. Somewhere in one of these houses. So we're going to sleep, and we're going to see if it replenishes my health. That is usually how it works in D&D. Oh, it does. Okay, see again, there are lots of really nice small integrations. You know, we can criticize forever what isn't perfect, but we can say there are lots of things that are real nice little touches, okay? We'll ignore the fact that multiplayer hosting has stopped. There's no multi-people in my game, so thankfully we're good. And what do scarecrows fear? Fire. You know, if only I had some fire. Oh, there's another scarecrow there. I didn't hit him. Oh, you charge it and then you can use it. So there's just scarecrows wandering around this random little area. And we specifically are just going to look in each of these houses. There's 3 houses. I think I've been to all of them now. But just to be sure, there is one here that we've got to be checking out. So there's no clear wayfind. Okay, so we're just blasting them slowly. There's no clear way to get inside
What were
any
those
of
things
these.
doing on a farm?
Oh, that was
I
weird.
don't think seagulls justify that level of protection.
No, perhaps they wandered here. Rogue constructs are not unheard
Where do you
of.
think they would
Still,
keep?
you might learn something if you look around. Then again, what have scarecrows to do with our mission?
Not much, I guess.
Katra, I'm going to try something. Do not be alarmed if things start to look different.
Wait, what?
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
I said I was uncertain if I could do this while in your body, but my intimate connection to the material plane allows me certain privileges of perception when...
Plain speak, please.
Of course. In essence, I can see some elements of magic, how enchantments work. Perhaps this will help on occasion.
Let's
though
investigate.
I must admit that it is somewhat...
There's something about this soil that seems almost appetizing. You scoop up a bit and pop it into your mouth and immediately regret it.
What would that kind of magic be doing here?
I cannot
I got a
say.
natural one,
Some people draw
everyone.
power from
Sorry
such
about
places,
that.
making contracts with fiendish creatures or finding other ways. Sometimes creatures from there also escape into the world, either through a summoning gone wrong or random circumstance. We have too little information to judge by.
There's something about this soil that
Oh, okay,
seems
so I've
almost...
done that. Okay, so I just unlocked the fireball spell. Hey, look at that. So now we can replace our competence potion. And honestly, we'll start storing our gold up there, because it's useful. We don't need it out all the time. So now I've got a fireball spell, just to show you what this looks like. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we got the classic wizard spell so far. And I'm guessing because we didn't check upstairs, that's where the residence permits will be hiding. Oh, there's barrels. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so we check the barrels, and that seems about as good as we can do. But yeah, for now, I don't see any obvious sign of these residence permits chilling around here, which is what we are distinctly looking for, right? Did I accidentally move the... Oh, no, the wayfinder's right here. There's no clear sign of it. That's Toycat when you don't subscribe. Oh, this is opened up now, so it's probably inside here, right? Maybe we fireball the wall. Didn't work, but it's a nice idea. Over here, the chest. Look at that. Proof of residence. Also, a bunch of rotten onions. I bet they might come in useful, so we'll keep them.
Folded and then stuffed haphazardly among a pile of now rotting onions, you find a piece of parchment marked with an official-looking seal and
This is how it would go in D&D.
Evidence of residence in the Candlekeep territories. A bit wordy and a bit more aromatic than you'd like, but it should do the trick.
Good. Now return to that individual Scratch. Let us hope that he is adequate to the task.
Did I just...
Hope or not.
Okay.
We don't have many other options to resort to by here.
Why must you insist on calling me that?
It's what everyone in the village called you. It's easier than saying your full name.
Be glad that I am a magnanimous and forgiving dragon, else I would be inclined to start tearing up your mind again.
Oof.
Don't worry. You're already a big enough headache as it is.
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to go speak to the guards before I speak to Scratch. I mean, I paid him already, but if the guards are like, nah, we don't need residence permits, what do you think we're at? We're a very multicultural society. As long as you got your... You know, I think that could go quite well for me. Also, do you think I can fireball this horse? I doubt it, but I just want to know anyway, you know? Okay. No, not a good decision,
Papers,
but...
please.
Papers? I'll be back. Wait, why stop me?
Actually, I was wondering...
Not just foreigners. Anyone who doesn't live around here or otherwise has prior approval won't be allowed in. We've had a rash of vanishings lately, and the sages are being careful. There have been
papers.
Kid, didn't your parents tell you?
Careful.
Fine.
If you must be a local to gain admittance, do not say anything to imply that you are not from the area.
Okay.
I'll be back later.
I'll be back
Right.
later.
And
I mean, I do have these papers already. They don't say my name on them, but I guess your boy the halfling will cover that for me.
Ah, is that a bit of legal documentation I see there? And smell? Okay, well, you work with what you've got, right? Give me a bit to scrape off and refinish the important parts, then I'll start with colour matching, then confirming handwriting, and your eyes are glazing over. just give me the goods and wait a bit. And here you go. Certification that you absolutely belong to the area and can come and go as you like. Just don't let any wizards near it. They get curious. They've probably got spells or something that can sniff out a forgery. Otherwise, though,
I don't love this guy's voice.
Enjoy the castle.
But I do love a little scamp who's will. Oh, so he just died. I do love a lovable little scamp who's willing to maybe bend the rules. You know, rules that maybe shouldn't be there.
Papers,
so let's
please.
go for it.
Here's my residence certificate.
The guard glances at the paper, noting the seal and the signatures, but does not peer too closely. Watching him scrunch up his nose, the cursory inspection might have to do with not wanting to put his face too close to the smell of rancid onion.
That's fun.
All right. Everything looks fine.
Yeah, so that's what it's like to open a door. You just, a bunch of wood goes missing.
Passing
Don't
through the
question it.
city walls, you are dumped into a large, open square that seems to double as a marketplace. It is not exactly brimming with life, but considering how you've lived nearly all of your life in a small village, the number of people in one place is staggering, and the activity threatens to be overwhelming.
So now I
Good.
can buy
That
potions.
was tedious, but we made it. Now the next part could be problematic.
Or armor.
Only the Avowed
Ah.
and certain others are allowed into the inner ward through the emerald door on the far side of this courtyard. Talk
So
to
we
the
gotta
keeper
forge
there
some
and
more
determine
papers.
what is required to get in and speak with one of the experts.
What
Sounds good.
business have you here, child?
I need a
I
scholar.
wish to speak with you and everyone else.
So-
do you have an appointment or a letter of introduction?
If we lie... Wait, okay, so let me just... let's just roll the dice.
Yes.
Oh,
I am to speak with Avowed
-1.
Tenbury.
There is no Tenbury on our list of avowed expecting
Whoopsie.
appointments. If I were to hazard a guess, I would wager that we do not even have an avowed named Tenbury, or if we do, that they have never heard of you. Keep
very
this
rude.
up, and I will make sure that the guards remove you from the city, so that none of the avowed.
goodbye.
Thank you for your time.
You're rude.
My pl-
No, I
This
think...
is unacceptable. We must find someone to assist us, and soon. I can only imagine what those monsters are doing with my body.
Wow, thanks.
I guess it didn't... I was thinking I should have drank the
No.
potion, but I don't think it would have made a
Distasteful
difference.
as this may be, we might have to find another dubiously legal way around this problem.
So you want me to break into a sewer, sneak through Ogma knows what kind of filth, and then break into the inner ward to what? Kidnap or threaten a scholar?
Presumably,
Yeah,
we
sounds
would
good.
be able to find someone more reasonable, or at least amenable to our request.
You only
So we're
say-
gonna have to go through the
Actually,
sewers.
I will.
That
You think I
sounds
only see
like a
through-
thing we can
Okay.
do. In we go. So, just to be clear, if we do fireball someone, there doesn't seem to be consequences. There are enemies in the game, but otherwise we're just having fun. Oh, by the way, a lovely tavern here. Let's speak to the inn. This is a good idea. Speak to the inn owner, see if they've got any rumors going around. Have you got anything going around? We got anything in this place, or is it just existing? I love that this man's a dragon, but again, I feel like there's just some random people roaming around in what is otherwise a little tale that we're going through. I should have bought the copper sword. You regret not doing it? Buy some things, they'll help a lot. Okay, you know, I'll take that, Rose Pentacle. I'll roll with it. So, I don't think that a sword is like a great thing for this class, but I don't think it's too terrible. So, what is this? So, an apprentice staff gives me a huge bonus. Yeah, why not, right? And then, oh yeah, look at that. It's an upgrade. And then I can also choose to buy, no, that's just another apprentice staff. So the apprentice staff is now just always on me. Whereas if we buy a sword, for example, oh, you can't. I'm guessing the copper sword is the warrior version, or the paladin version. Buying some armor probably also makes sense. The chest plate is always the best bit. We all know that. Gives me some con and some int, and some cha, and some dex and some int. I think that's what I want much more. I think we're about to go on a sewer, right? So having that seems like a good idea. I want D&D with Stanley Parable narration. Yeah, I think that sounds like a fun idea, actually. The
An
narrator in that
elven
game is
woman
great.
was once imprisoned here. As punishment for trying to take over Candle Keep, she was made to be the lighthouse's sole keeper and to live here in isolation for the rest of her days.
That's nice.
She died from an accident only a few years later.
That's nice.
But locals swear that they can hear her sad, maddened singing coming from the tower on dark,
That's
misty
nice
nights.
too. They remember her. That's what matters. You know, they're having a good time, and I'm glad that they are. I really am. So, yeah, we can swim over there now, or instead, there seems to be a boat here. We could jump inside. Hello, Mr. Boat. No, this is just... this is a very confusingly sized boat. It's right at the dock, kind of begging me to go there. But nope, I've got to go in the sewer grates instead. Or... yeah, let's go in the sewer grates instead. I thought they'd be over here, but I'm guessing they were somewhere on the way in that I just kind of missed. So, the structure of the town reminds me of one of the console tutorial worlds. Yeah, I see that. I actually do see that. Like, it's got a very... oh, here's the sewer grate, I think. Let's jump inside. Oh, we can't without... wait, is this a sewer grate or is this a funeral or something? Let's see if we can, like, head inside here. Well, we certainly cannot. I'm guessing it was on the outskirts somewhere that I was meant to see. He said he saw it on the way in, but I am starting to think that the dragon inside... you know, there's a dragon inside of me, and he lies. He's meant to be a lawful good dragon, but let me tell you that he certainly is not. So we'll climb up this. That's a series of buttons. That is not a ladder. We could probably go up the stairs in this place, and maybe that would lead me somewhere interesting. You know, again, I know there's probably a set path for me, but I want to take it slightly differently if I can. So, ooh, regen potions and some magic potions. They wanted me to pay money for these, but you'd be a sucker if you did precisely that. It is nice that they at least gave me a chest for my efforts. Again, I feel like you don't have to make there be branching paths, but you should reward people for looking if they're going to be able to. So we've got 3 magic potions, 2 regen potions. I'm ready for a fight if one comes to it. That's it. Go to the left and you can kind of parkour. Wait, really? There's no way you can actually get up there. I think it's meant to be a fence, right? So unless there's something you can get on top of over here. I guess you could go on top of this and then... oh, yeah, okay, it's not a fence. So this is actually the sewer grate. So what is the...
this is what living in a city means?
Interesting. There is a side quest.
One place produce so much filth.
You sounded as if you knew what you were getting into.
I thought I did. Didn't think it'd be this plentiful.
The byproduct of civilization. People are...
let's go swimming in.
Messy.
Vair, are you okay?
Oh.
Do not call me that. It's strange. Even without a body or the need to breathe, I feel a tightness in my chest. Lightheadedness. I think that it would be best to spend as little time in here as possible.
You don't like the sewers either, huh?
Hurry through this place.
Joke.
Well, I was actually just getting used to the smell.
Find a spot for a picnic.
No. We will move
What's
through.
going on?
I just...
Are you hurt?
Something is...
No. Now move.
All right.
All right. Let's
I
make this...
feel like he's got something going on.
That is the
He's
right
not
direction,
telling me
and
that.
it seems to no longer be sewers beyond this point. These are probably the tunnels running beneath the inner ward I have heard of.
Where do you think we'll find a key, though?
Vaults,
It's got to be
labs,
somewhere on this side.
much of the work and
Well, they
knowledge
wouldn't
of
have,
the
like,
avowed
locked
is
me.
down here, it seems.
Over
Unfortunately, there is a ward on the door. You will need to find a key, unless you wish to be fried.
No. No, I don't.
I mean, you know, sometimes...
Wait, look at that.
Oh,
On the ground.
I don't see
There's nothing on the ground.
Precisely.
Helpful.
The rest of this place is a riot of grime and muck, child, yet this path is almost spotless. I would be willing to bet half of my entire horde that a gelatinous cube has come this way.
A slime.
A what now?
An oozing monster that inhabits places like this. Some people and more intelligent creatures keep them as witless guardians and janitors. The things absorb and dissolve any animal or plant material they touch as a way of eating. They cannot dissolve metals and other non-living things, though, so they can carry the equipment and goods of whomever they have eaten for some time.
Whomever? As in people?
Of course. Do not be dense, child. Now follow this trail.
There's a dragon
You might
inside
find
of me,
something
and he's
interesting
very mean to
floating
me,
in the
by the way.
cube's body. Just be careful, though, as they can be transparent
Very,
and
very
thus
mean to
easy
me.
to overlook.
Yeah.
There,
Oh, look at that
the
update
thing
blocks.
has a key inside of it. It must have eaten a maintenance
Oh,
worker
no.
or one of the avowed. That might get us out of the sewers and into the cleaner part we saw earlier. Just don't let the creature suck you up.
Okay,
Please?
so when if this guy gets too close, whoa! A single magic missile just killed him.
Yes, it looks as if an
Okay,
enchantment
well,
quite
there goes
similar to the
my-
one on the locked doors embedded in this key. It should work to get us through.
That
What
was
if
so.
it sets off the trap?
Then you had best hope that the mage who put it there set it more as a deterrent rather than a defense.
Check the. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 53 more healing potions than I know what to do with. I like it. They are giving us chests. It's not just here is a path, go along the path. Why is he having a panic attack even though he doesn't have a body? Yeah, that's the important question. Let's use
Okay,
the
just
key.
going to open the door. The magically trapped door stuffed with potentially lethal lightning. Right, okay.
Yeah.
And still alive. Right, well, that's good. Yeah.
These guys are looking pretty great,
be not
personally.
so dramatic. You could find
we loot
much
their
worse
body, or
before
is
we are
that
done
bad
here.
taste?
I have heard tell that there are guardians and occasional escaped experiments down here, though that may just be rumor.
Wow, thanks. The possibility of even greater danger certainly sets my mind at ease. Thanks, Fire.
Stop calling me that.
So, yeah, there is a dragon in my head who's very mean to me, but also he knows exactly what to do at all times. So is he a bad dragon? We might be able to say that. He definitely has some mental health issues he needs to work out while he's not inside my body. Okay, magic missile. Yeah, magic missile is the secret. Playing on easy mode, I think. So, yeah, we're gonna magic barrier, see if it helps me here, or if it just protects me. Okay, we'll just finish them off. Crit! Okay, so they're actually doing dice rolls every time we're hitting
mimic.
something.
Yeah, I've heard of those things.
That is interesting.
Didn't expect it to be so slimy, though. Why did it have a key inside of it, though? Did it eat someone like the cube did?
Probably not. Otherwise, we would have seen some more gruesome evidence of the meal. No, some people feed mimics various items that they need to hide or protect. If you know how to handle one of these things, they can be rather convenient guardians. As long as you keep them fed, that is.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want to
the
feed my
alternative.
chest. I'm not sure if I'm down with that as a concept. So yeah, this it has to be this area over here. But while there's dialogue going on, you can't do things in the game, which is there we go. Which is a little bit of a weird system if you ask me. Like, you know, let me do my role play. Okay, magic missile. Oh, crit. Heck yeah. Okay, fireball. Not a crit, but he's still dead, so it doesn't matter. And then just this rat's gonna go down the normal way. Yeah, you can see I'm doing like a variable amount of damage. If there really are dice rolls going on behind the scenes, and every 20 times I attack, I roll 20, that's actually a really cool way to visualize it. This is the switch port of Skyrim, that's why it looks blocky. Okay, so fireball into magic missile, into a magic barrier, into let's shoot some stuff, and wait for our spells to come back. Magic missiles, let's go. So yeah, it seems as though, you know, all things considered, being a wizard is pretty damn powerful. Okay, we're gonna go for him next. Oh, you can only attack from so far without using special spells. So let's blast all those guys together at the same time. Ooh, all dead. And then magic missile. Not you though. Let's finish him without magic missile. And you could do maybe a little bit of that. As you can see, my upgraded weapon was probably a good idea, given that there are skeleton men who don't know how to attack me, but certainly would like to. He's making some questionable aim decisions. And you a person? Nope, that's just a dead person. Wait, all skeletons are dead people. At some point, those people didn't want to kill me. So I can read the book, but I don't think that's a thing you can do. And so instead we'll just continue through the catacombs. Maybe we'll find one of these scholars. I mean, honestly, if I can do this to these people, I'm sure I can kidnap a scholar. I really am liking the D&D connection so far. I do have to... Hey! The fact that you know, rolling a 20 feels good, despite playing Minecraft, really, really fun little integration. The fact that this dungeon feels interesting, really hard to pull off, personally, in my opinion. Oh god, of course it's... I've got to learn... I just learned that checking chests is good, and now the game is trying to teach me that actually checking a chest is probably not a good idea, and maybe I should not do that for a bit. Okay, you're going down, Mr. Chest. What's inside you? Some gold. Lots and lots of gold. We got enough to buy all the things in the market, I think, at this point. There we go. You going down? You going down? Good. So we could also probably make the decision just to skip all of this. I don't know if there's an XP bar that's just like sitting behind the scenes, but I'd be willing to bet that if we ignore enemies, it won't hurt us out too much. So let's try just for this next section. We'll use the fireball whenever we have one. Just, you know, blast some dudes. Okay. Yeah, like make a big circle of enemies. We'll drink something if we need to. Or magic missile, I guess, just because they're there. Okay. There's a lot of enemies. There's a lot of enemies. So we're going to drink a regen potion. The regen's working, I hope. And then we're going to... Oh, God. Okay, fireball. There we go. That's a lot of dead enemies. But not a lot of... Okay, then we're going to magic missile again. I think fireball is better for AoE, and the magic missile is better for like a one-on-one sort of feel. Okay. Run past the door. And ready for fireball again. Yeah. Lots and lots of death. Lots and lots of death is, of course, a very good thing for getting me out there. See, I think the run past them all strategy does not work because when there's enough of them, the game is like, you gotta kill them all to get past this door. It's a fun idea. Mimics, magic missiles, slimes. What is this, Terraria? I think the coolest thing about like D&D stuff is often how it is really kind of absorbed into other universes. Like, I know so many of these names from Hearthstone. Like, magic missiles is a 1-mana spell, while fireball is a 4-mana spell. Like, I always love that there's just some ideas that are so compelling, everyone sort of uses them. Also, yeah, I think we actually could have just gone left. I said we couldn't get past here, but I think we actually could. Oh no, there's some dudes here, but it still could be something. Okay, fireball that dude, whatever he is. Is he a dragon, actually? Am I allowed to kill? No, he's a dog. He's a... That's not a dragon. I mean, it's... You can see the similarities. You can see where my confusion would come from, though, right, chat? You can see that this guy does have dragon-like characteristics. But not anymore. I guess the biggest dragon-like characteristic is he doesn't have a body anymore, am I right? Am I right there? Am I right? Is he appreciating my humor? Healing potions? There we go. Yeah, glad I picked up a lot of healing potions for that specific situation. Magic missile that. And then fireball that. Just go crazy with it. Yeah, it makes sense that my own spells will be more powerful than the class than the dragon ones. But it is crazy by how much. Like, look at that. Just insta-dead. And yeah, like I said, the fact that this feels like a real dungeon I'm exploring right now, pretty cool, actually. And oh, dear God. Fireball it all. Okay, magic missiles it all. Just split it up, maybe. That didn't work right. Okay, wait 4 seconds. I can sit on the ladder all day. We'll just wait, and then as soon as we're good to go, blast it. And now that we're at the bottom, magic missiles use death. And oh, there's more of you. Okay, I guarantee that chest is a mimic, by the way. I guarantee it. I'm just gonna attack the chest. Yeah, see, I know, I've been fooled before, but not anymore, Minecraft, or D&D indeed. Okay, get him good, finish him off, because chests have good loot usually, that stands to reason. People store things inside of them. What you got? What you got, chest? Are you a regular chest now, or...? Okay, I don't know what's happening there. I do know that these guys can die, and so they shall. And also, we're going to pick up so much gold, it seems. Like, every enemy is dropping some GP here. When I was playing D&D, getting gold was like something you had to hustle for.
Well, but we're lucky. Fortunately, it seems that this ensorcelled armor is tied to the exit. Unless you have a powerful dispelling magic at your disposal that you have neglected to mention.
Oh, I do.
You will have to defeat this thing to undo the seal of the door.
It's funny this
You're
guy's
saying
attacking
I have
me.
to fight a piece of armor with no obvious weaknesses, or even a person inside to take out? Let me guess, I have to just beat it into a useless hunk of metal, kinda like I did the scarecrows?
Precisely.
I'm really starting to hate constructs.
Okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna drink a magic potion, and now I'm gonna do way more damage. I don't know what way more damage could possibly look like at this point, but let's find out. So, yeah, he hasn't. The guy hasn't come to life yet, but I guess we'll just attack him, and there we go. Okay, okay, magic missiles. That's gonna do a lot. Oh, yeah, there we go. Get wrecked. That's all I have to say. Okay, we're gonna magic barrier. Clearly an important thing. Okay, and we're gonna finish him off.
Finally.
Don't even need second magic
Better
missiles.
be worth all the trouble we've gone to
Nice.
here. How are we
Just
going
a
to get someone to
reminder,
help us, though?
potions are the solution to
You're breaking
everything.
in.
Especially
Let us
in
consider
D&D.
that later. First, we need to get out of these tunnels.
That was
Someone might
pretty
have
cool,
heard the battle
actually.
Or noticed
That was
the
actually pretty
enchantment
cool.
of The door is broken. We can determine our course
Fool
once
me
we are
once, shame
safely
on you,
hidden
fool me
within the inner
twice.
ward.
Fool me twice, and you're starting to take advantage of a pattern of behavior, and therefore I will assume you are a bad person, and also I shall not be fooled.
Nice place.
Hey,
Thank you. Unfortunately for you, chances are that you will only see it as you are taken away to a prison cell.
Get us out of here. We cannot be imprisoned. Not in a cell. Fight. Run. Do something.
Okay, so I'm
Are
gonna
you
get to
joking?
choose, right?
There's so many of them. We'll be torn to shreds if we resist.
While we would normally have prevented you from coming this far, Sage Thesserai has taken an interest in you. Now you are to attend him personally.
How does he know?
Whatever you
I
do,
just came.
do not allow them to incarcerate us. Do not give them a reason.
Who's
Who
Besserai?
is Sage? Seriously. You broke into here without even knowing who the people in charge are. Not a very wise person. Who are you? I am a captain within the Avowed City Guard.
Why take me?
And
What does this Thesserai person...
Sage Thesserai said that
They
they found
found
you
you curious.
but did not elaborate. They also said that your meager powers could not pose a serious threat to him or
Wow,
us.
so rude.
Keep that in
You know,
mind, lest you try
didn't
something
I
rash.
killed 3 chests in there and a
Okay,
suit
I'll
of
go.
armor that
Where do
didn't
I-
have
He
a
is
person
waiting
in,
for you
so
in exaltation.
Consider
the
that.
Keep. Consider this an honor, as few of those outside of the Avowed are allowed. You are to head directly to the Great Library.
Nah.
Do not attempt to deviate from the main path.
You can't tell me
We
what
will
to do.
be watching you.
I mean, you can, but I'm not gonna do it. I think they should have let me fight them. It wouldn't have gone well for me, but sometimes I just want to fire fireball at stuff, you know. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's got a trajectory. That's actually quite clever. It's like an arrow. I assumed it would go off forever like a hit scan. How many Draggle we just kill? So mean. Yeah, right. Like, you guys have a skeletons coming back to life problem, and I'm out here like making sure the dead stay dead, and you're gonna insult my abilities. Also, is this the way we're going? It is. Very convenient. Welcome to the library.
That is far enough.
Whoa. What joke?
Poof, I am here. What are your other 2 wishes?
Wishes? I don't, Good one.
Thanks.
What do you do here?
I'm the Sage of Magic in Candlekeep. That means that I am the leading scholar on magic and the department head of magical studies here.
Poof, I am here.
Wishes?
What do you do here?
I'm the sick.
no.
You caught my interest. We have all sorts of detection spells in the sewers. You pinged a half-dozen of them when
He's
you
got some
sneaked
cameras
in, and
in
a
there.
dozen more when you entered the catacombs.
What happens to me now?
Do not attempt to resist the spell. If you resist, then we will have to detain you and try again until you cooperate. Lots of extra bother.
As the spell activates, you feel something press against your mind, and on some level you know that it is trying to pry away your ability to lie. However, considering where you are and the promise of a jail cell, or worse if you do not cooperate...
Good. Now let's get the book. Do you intend to harm anyone in this city, be it specifically in terms
Yeah,
of
it's an
property
option,
or
right?
any other way that includes but is not limited to
theft, spying, or harassment.
The possibility hadn't really occurred to me.
Really? Well, that's refreshing. Next, why did you sneak into the inner ward?
Blunt honesty or be too literal? Let's be blunt honesty.
I found a group of scary people in the mountains talking to a dragon who was living there, and then they sucked his soul into a coin to let some sort of horrifying mound of flesh shove itself into the dragon's body like it was a sock puppet. And then the coin shoved the dragon's soul into my body. So now we're sharing my mind, and it's really uncomfortable, and we both want someone to help us find his body and get him out of mine because he's a stuck-up jerk.
Well, that certainly speeds things up. How about while we've got this handy zone of truth working, you just tell me everything you can about how this dragon came to inhabit you, and we work from there.
Oh, I'm not going to get to hear the whole story up to now?
Well, hopefully they will be able to use what you told us to find out more. In the meanwhile, we need to discuss whether or not Candlekeep will assist you in your predicament.
Whether or... How could they refuse us? Tell him that Endandravayer demands their aid.
He demands help.
Endandravayer says that he demands your help. That it's only right that you put him back in his body.
Does he now? Well, I don't see as he is in any position to be making demands, much less determining wrong and right.
I am a golden dragon. My very nature is to know right from wrong.
He says that he knows right and wrong better than you do.
Does he? Well, I may not be an expert on dragons, but I am a fan of them and have heard his name before. I cannot say that it has been treated with much reverence or gratitude, as Endandravayer has a reputation for isolating himself, and seems to me that we neither owe him anything nor that we can trust his moral judgment, much less treat his decisions as lawful, righteous commands.
Is there a way we can convince you to help?
Well, yes, I happen to have something in mind.
Oh, no.
You see, there is a clock tower nearby where a colleague of mine named Adro lives. However, since there have been reports of monsters going in and out as they please, it is probably safe to assume that Adro is now dead. I want you to clear out the vermin, and if Wizard Adro is imprisoned or injured, help him. If he is missing or dead, then find and take the book. You do this, and we'll call it even.
Our crimes?
This will clear the charges?
Yes, as these monsters could threaten travelers and any avowed.
I'll do it.
Excellent. Well,
so
in that case, I am
he'll
looking
help
forward to
me
hearing
if I
from
help
you
him.
once you have concluded your
It's
investigation. Until then, try not to
This is such a basic quest line, you know, like in D&D, but it is kind of like the basic... It's a really useful one to be like, yeah, people are willing to help you if you help them. I know, it's almost like a useful, I don't know, like a reminder for the real world, right? Like, wow, you can ask people to help you and they might not do it a lot, but if you do nice things for other people, sometimes they do nice things to you too. Also, joke, Dragon D's. Dragon D's, who? Exoteron. Please tell me the rest of the sentence. So yeah, there's a big clock tower I've got to go to. It's over here. And, on the way, in the clock tower, there's a book. And that book is real important. It's so important that I could probably sell it and get a lot of gold. And so that's my backup plan, you know? Yeah, everyone needs to have one. Also, this is a really interesting path around the castle. I know I can get out of the castle, but it's weird that it works this way. So I'm going to climb on top of the house. I like that you can do this. I was worried they'd have invisible barriers up here, but you can just jump on top of the houses, which is nice. And, yeah, we're going to go back towards the castle, the clock tower. Oh, it's got a clock in it. It tells you the time. That's nice. The time in Candlekeep, if you're curious, I know you are, like time zones are interesting all around the world, but in Candlekeep it is 3 p.m. right now. Is that right? Also, oh, we can speak to your boy. Where do you want to take me? To the tower? Never mind. Oh. So he will give me a lift, but like not right now. Did people ever used to say give me a lift? Is that an old-timey phrase? Anyway, it's on PC, mobile, and Xbox. Yeah, this is, it's wild to me this DLC is not available all on Switch and PlayStation. I really feel for my Sony ponies and my Nintendo pals. Sorry, there's no easy rhyme for you. So we have to climb this. Okay, chat, hear me out. I do not know. Oh, I've got to be over here in the flower forest, apparently. I don't have to climb that ladder yet. I just have to stand right here. Well, this works nicely, I guess. So, yeah, I think I want to get up there. And I'm assuming there's an easy way to do it. I'm also just going to preemptively kill these scarecrows. Oh, well, I could preemptively try and light them on fire, but I can't preemptively succeed. And oh, there's a goblin over there. Let's just preemptively kill those guys. You know, they could be real friendly. They could be like, oh, sir, you dropped your wallet. Really trying to get my attention for it. And I would just, you know, prejudicedly assume that because they're goblins, they're bad. You know, if there's one thing that D&D teaches you, it's that you should always be prejudiced against some races. Because, you know, those goblins, they're gonna take your stuff and shoot crossbow bolts at you. You can't trust them. That's what the game is trying to tell me, and that's what I will take. Please go back to the castle. You missed the trigger. The map will not work, says the red-turned scientist. Really? Why? That's interesting. How did I miss the trigger? What do you think happened? Anyway, Toycat plays sarcastically. He'd make a great beta tester. Red-turned scientist, do you work on the map? Or did you work on the map, rather? I'd love to know. Jumping over the castle, we didn't anticipate that. Okay. It's good to know. Okay, you know what? This is Toycat the beta tester. Coming in again. So, yeah, apparently, if I want to do this, I'm going to need to go back to the castle and come back here, which is nice. We'll get to explore the place. I'm the creative director. Oh, that's real cool. I hope you're, I feel like there's this thing of, especially the way I play games, is, you know how people make desire paths when there's like a path they want, you know, like they want to take that way. I'm the person who doesn't make a desire path that's efficient. I make a weird desire path to prove that you can. Aubrey, thank you for £4.11. Paying my Toycat tax. Can't believe this game has dragons.
I have been instructed
there we go.
to allow you to and from the inner ward as you
Thank you.
But if you step out of line again, I will arrest you.
Can't tell me how to live my life.
Enjoy the signs.
Pleasant woman.
I don't know. I figure you two would get along handsomely.
That's why it wasn't.
It was
And then there's gonna be
but even
another thing
so,
that happens there.
I fail to see the similarities.
Yeah, you would.
Okay, so whoopsie. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah,
these things again.
the scarecrows. Wow, you know, look at me. I am the master of spotting when something is going to be a murderous scarecrow versus a regular scarecrow. You know, farmers hire me for seasonal work. They're like, you know, Toycat, we just don't know if there's going to be a big issue here. We can't have another crop ruined by it. And so I'm very good at that. Pretty pleased myself. See your lift guy again. Oh yeah, he might be willing to give me a lift now.
Why were they here
It's fine. I'll
If I were to hazard a guess, they are guarding the path to the tower.
So now we get
think the
some
person who put
chat
them in the
going
farmers'
on. There we
fields
go. Nice.
also left these ones here.
We'll give
It
this
is
man a little
possible.
magic missile.
Discover more
'cause
at
he's
the
pretty
tower.
big. Yeah, get wrecked. Yeah, I think one of the things that I really like about this is that the combat feels better than most Minecraft maps I've played. I think that is the kind of D&D, you know, like in D&D the combat is clunky. So for it to be less, you know, to play Minecraft maps and them to be more clunky than this, you know, like it feels like a good fit. Like I'm attacking. Nat 20, yeah. That feels like a normal round of combat, but done in real-time style. It's real
Feeling
nice.
a special connection with nature in this place, Druids created this shrine long ago. The shrine is meant to heighten the magic of nature found here and allow visitors to commune with the earth. Even now, centuries later, the site is witness to all manner of events, from purification rituals to weddings to the swearing of oaths.
Sounds fun. Yeah, I'd love to know. Okay, so we got the creative director of the game in chat. Very handy for when you do something the game doesn't expect. By the way, like jumping over the walls. But yeah, I'd love to know. How long is the you know the map if you were playing it start to finish? You know, like either beeline or you know the kind of if you take the windy way. I'd like to know if that's a thing you're willing to share. Speaking of things I'm willing to share. I've got another skeleton. You know, these guys just need to get better at burying their dead. Because clearly they're doing it in a way that's bringing them lots of future problems. You want a stat point, by the way, you can go to the menu in your hotbar and assign stat points. It takes about 10 hours if you take your time. Wow, that's pretty big. Also, you can't assign points while there's a rat. Oh god. Let's pick him up. I bet he's willing to be friends with me. Okay, so now we're out of combat, I think. Nope. Menu cannot be opened right now. Oh, I'm in combat. Okay, let's try again. Let's blast another guy over here. Very important he go down. And now we're probably out of combat. Nope. We'll get out of combat soon, I'm sure. When we're in the clock tower looking at books, it'll be wonderful. Pick up the rat, says ibxtoycat. You know, that's what I wanted to do. Also, whoa. Those guys went invisible. Just not a problem, clearly. So we could go to the Iron Throne Mine, or we could go to the clock tower. So earlier it gave me the heads up about the lighthouse. I wonder if you actually can go to the mine, or if it's just a later quest point. I'm going to quickly go in.
A nondescript but productive mine. Iron Throne has gained something of a reputation among the locals. This place has a history of being taken over by monsters that then turn it into their new home.
10-hour-long
until the local militia or a band of adventurers removes them. Why goblins, orcs, and other nasty things so prefer this cave over others in the area is anyone's guess.
So there used to be side quests and there aren't, but they aren't here anymore. Oh, that is a really interesting thing to hear. That raises some intrigue. It is a brave thing to do. Like, because it's easy to scrap something when it's a concept and just be like, let's just do less and like that's you know, easy enough to do. But to get something, like go for a little work and then be like, just can't put it out. That's one of the hardest things to do creatively, I do have to say. See, I don't think, okay, there isn't actually, I'm glad to know there isn't a side quest here. I'll take my chest and my free gold and I'll get out of here. The insane thing about this DLC is it requires 6 gigabytes of RAM on mobile. I imagine it requires 6 gigabytes of RAM everywhere, right, KMB? Like, but yeah, 6 gigabytes for a phone is definitely a lot. Oh no, there's stuff to do in here. Or at the very least, there's some dudes. Let's attack them all real good. Yeah, and, oh, by the way, we need the stat points. I just remembered now. We don't have the time triply, can't comment further, but there's one side quest with chapter 5. It's a really hard endeavor to be like, okay, you start with a vision of like the world, the best thing that can exist, and then you realize that time and emotional, like, creative energy is finite, and it's such a bummer. Also, I think I am now going through the cave that I probably shouldn't be, but it was nice to see. Okay, we killed some dudes, I freed the cave, everything's good now. Let's get out of this. So now let's go into the menu. And, oh, look at that. Yeah, so you can see where that might have been. Oh. So we are going to scroll to the, oh, no, that's not it. We're going to scroll to the right. You can see that we can later get better weapons. So maybe back to the marketplace, back to the market later. You can also see, oh, no, it's not that way. How do we, oh. I'll work out the menu. Interrupted, please hold still. Opening menu. Okay, so then we got armor. This is level 2. This is not. And we've got stats over here. This is very... Okay, there we go. Stats. So we got a new stat point. In fact, 3 stat points, which we can now apply. If I apply it to intelligence, I get decreased cooldown for spells. And this is for class abilities. I think I want spells, class abilities more than spells, because magic missiles works way better. So let's just... use item, hold to confirm. Let's just go all in on it for now. We can later fix our charisma, maybe. The likelihood of critical hits seems good, don't get me wrong, but we don't need it right now. Glossary, magic missiles, and then there's 3 other spells to come in here. So maybe we do want regular stuff more than this. By the way, thank you, Karen Hughes. Massively appreciate the gifted memberships. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, this is a cool mine. It's got like a layered design, so you can come back down with yourself. Love to hear some pig step in the day. Hope you're doing absolutely wonderful. I'm playing the D&D DLC right now. It is one of the coolest worlds I've experienced inside of Minecraft, for sure. It is crazy to see how far some of these things have come to. So we're just gonna blast it on the ground. That didn't seem to work, but it's fine. And we're going to look at the sign, and we're going to read the clock tower is that way, and we're going to go that way indeed. So again, we can just ignore some stuff right now. I clearly do want to get the stat points though, so that's worth doing. So I'm going to fire magic missile, and now the decrease, the cooldown, should be massively less. I don't know how much left. Also, Pig Step is definitely getting a little bit mixed with the rest of everything. My goal is to get
That must be it.
top member badge through donations.
Still quite appealing.
There. You see the monsters. Get this over with.
Did you hear that? Well,
Oh, something's going wrong here.
Because I would acknowledge it does. It's those things again from my cabin.
Okay, so let's observe using my 15.
You only caught a glimpse of things before the fight started and cannot determine what caused this. Perhaps they were arguing over food.
So let's let them fight.
Watch them tear each other apart.
I mean, I did actually already start a fight here. I'm just gonna step back. Gonna watch as they do their thing. Oh god, don't attack me. Not me. I don't deserve this. I don't do this. This is going very chaotically. This is by far the loudest and most overstimulating stream ever. I'll have to watch the rest of the stream later. I'll leave Philippa Energix and QA director Mr. Sinner will be watching if you need anything. Thank you. I'm very. It must be wild to watch someone play. Like I've gone through the process of seeing someone like experience something and being like, oh no, you missed this thing or that thing. Yeah, if you're watching this and you help make this thing, I do have to say, actually very exciting. I think a lot of people feel like they have to be like overly polite about stuff like this, and it's always been my thing that like the truth is more important. Like even the harsh truth can be more important, but so far, I really like what I've seen. I think the game, it's very, very linear, which to me is the one big criticism I have so far. Like, both Minecraft and D&D are very non-linear games. So to shove it into a linear format should make it terrible and unplayable. And so the fact that it is actually, compelling me despite that, with all the other things that save it, I think is a thing so far. That's my biggest like point of concern, I would say. But then again, maybe if you like something despite a criticism that big, that's almost a compliment in itself. So yeah, we need to be around here somewhere because we've dealt with all the goblin dudes. Now we just need to go get this book. I bet the guy's still alive, by the way. I love when there's some open-ended mystery to the
Wait.
quest writing.
Remember the catacombs. We must assume that this place is similarly trapped.
Can you see anything with your magic sight?
Yes, but I cannot make out the details from here. Nor am I terribly versed in wizardly magics. I can point out general paths and principles, however it may take the
I'm
two
going
of us
to
to puzzle them out
investigate.
completely.
The magics placed on this
I'm
door
smart.
turn
Whoa,
out to
plus
be easier
8.
to understand than either you or Vair had anticipated, and you disarm them. Either Wizard Adro does not care enough to make better defenses, or he did not put them here. Considering that the door seems fairly new, the latter seems more likely. Perhaps something happened and these are temporary defenses.
I must say, those were rather puny defenses as far as wizards' homes go. I'm increasingly inclined to think that someone else has taken residence here.
Human, stop!
Oh.
Leave or we kill you!
I'm gonna roll insight.
It
real
seems
quick.
that this goblin
Yeah,
is
look at that.
facing you reluctantly. Upon closer inspection, it seems that none of the goblins seem terribly eager to fight you. That they are scared of something other than you, as their eyes continue to dart towards the stairs and ceiling.
I'm gonna try and persuade them because it's easier than intimidating them. That is my hot take. Man, this is like an entire game inside Minecraft.
Whatever it is that keeps
Yeah.
you here,
Oh.
whatever man or monster holds you, I can promise that I will fight and defeat them. If you leave me and flee this tower, I will make sure that there is no one left here who can come after you.
The goblin leader shakes his head without...
No, you too weak. Better fight you than be hunted by it.
It. That's a little ominous, but it's fine. Everyone has a little bit. Everyone has something weird going on. So yeah, the plan here is I do have to say this is a cool map also because it does make you think like how different would it be as a different class? Like would it be interesting as a paladin? Part of me wants to find out. But again, I feel like with the linearity, I probably won't. But I'm enjoying it so far. There's a real decentness to the way these quests have been written so far. It's fun. I felt like I actually had to explore that sewer. And I wouldn't have known until I got there from the end there. Also, good to see you, Dasher. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday, I want to say. And, yeah, there's something in here that scares goblins. Which isn't very hard because goblins suck, am I right? Goblins be absolute F-tier people. It's okay, we're allowed to hate goblins. Also, this place is much bigger on the inside. It's like a TARDIS in here. You know, I thought it was going to be the size of a small house, but this thing is cavernous.
Excellent work, brothers and sisters. This wayward lamb will be a worthy offering to our Lord and Savior.
I think I'm a cat, so I'm probably safe.
Break us out of here, Kotra, now!
Nice try, kid. But this trap was designed to keep creatures far more dangerous than you contained.
No! You shall not be caged! You filthy worms, let us out!
Investigate.
Let us out!
After a few moments of analysing their clothing, something clicks. These people have neither bound the imps you found in and around the tower, nor are they simply borrowing power from creatures of the lower planes. They worship those creatures.
Yeah, that's useful.
What are you doing in this tower? What happened to the wizard who lived here?
Oh, why do the people we capture always think they're going to get answers from us? What's the point of telling you anything? You will die soon, and it is more entertaining and safer to watch you squirm in ignorance.
After a few moments of analysing their clothing,
I already did that.
Something clicked.
What now?
What are you going to do with me?
Why, sacrifice you. Tempting as it might be to try and recruit you, we have been running out of souls to offer our
You can recruit me.
You can kill them. Maybe you can break through the floor, perhaps try the wall again, or do something to force them into lowering the barrier.
Okay.
Fair. I need you to help us get out.
So maybe we
Do you
just
think you
use
could see
the
or find
fireball?
anything useful in this barrier? Maybe a way to dispel it.
I don't.
Popping in to say hi from the
I'll
comfort of
try.
the night train. Good to see you, Ash, by the way.
There are
Hope you're doing
channels
wonderfully.
in this barrier that the magic has to flow through. I think that if you touch that glowing point on the wall, you can redirect the magical current to wherever you step. If you pull the current to every part of the barrier, I think it will disrupt the entire working and cause it to collapse. Oh, I'm sorry. It's quite difficult to think and maintain the sight for more than a moment at a time.
So this is a basic
Please
minigame.
hurry.
Doing this in Minecraft is cool. Okay, so they did this in Sonic Unleashed. So the ending point has to... There's no way back from that point over there, right? The one on the far side. So you have to plan around that accordingly. That has to be the end.
Look
which means
at them,
that has to be
scurrying
the end.
about in
Which means
them,
this goes like
a
this.
mouse caught in a trap.
Also, thank you, Caitlin
You
Smith.
don't
Here's your
know
tax.
your way out of...
Yeah, I can. Look at me. I just did.
What happened? The prisoner!
Yeah, now you're gonna get wrecked too. Hate to tell you guys, but you are not.
Even think about fleeing.
You have to
Eradicate
worship
these
higher
scum.
beings.
Destroy them.
I
for
am a higher
daring
being.
to imprison us.
Oh, yeah, no, okay. Just do some regular old attacks on him. Give him a good fireball in a few seconds. Yeah, I want to finish him off with a good fireball. Just nice and easy.
Hey,
Ooh,
Are
yeah.
you feeling all right? You got pretty worked up when you were trapped.
I am fine.
Are you sure?
I said that I am fine.
Talk to me.
Not
You're
have matters to
sulking.
All right.
How dare you? How about rather than pestering me with your inane drivel, you complete this task that was set for you?
Well, that certainly seems rude to me. But that's okay. He's a dragon. He's allowed to be rude. So now, man, this is a lot of there's a lot of stairs in this man's house. I'm starting to think he lives in a tower.
As you
I'm really
enter
getting that
this
impression.
room, you find the door across from you, the only way forward, shrouded in a magical barrier. In the center of the room sits a filled goblet on a pedestal. High above the door shines a crystal that is jammed into a crack between the stones. With Vair's help, you can see that even from where you stand, you can see that the crystal has a series of wards around it, not to mention that even reaching the thing would prove a challenge. Written before the goblet on the pedestal is a note that says, "An act of faith and proof of fealty to our Lord. Drink and embrace the shadow
I'm
of
gonna be
death
drinking
to
some
demonstrate your
shadowy
devotion."
It would seem that the crystal powers the barrier, and that drinking the goblet's contents will either allow you to pass through it or temporarily lower the defense. Judging by
I'm
that
just
number-
gonna use my magic
Whatever is in
wizard
this liquid
powers.
will certainly hurt you if you ingest it. It will not kill you, but depending on your tolerance for nausea, you may wish it had. You can also tell that the goblet refills as soon as it is emptied.
Hey, David Salamano, Dungeon Master Tax. I should be a DM. I feel like I've got the. You know, let's do it, internet. DM style. Let's play a game of D&D of chat. What are you gonna be? Tell me what abilities you have. Anyway, in the meantime, thank you, David Salamano, and also I'm gonna check this
The
crystal.
walls are fairly sheer, but if you get up there, you might be able to disarm the crystal embedded in the wall.
I think I've got better odds of climbing the wall than drinking it, so I'm gonna go for
Sliding
it.
your fingers into unlikely crevices and supporting
Success.
yourself on tiny protrusions in the stone, you manage to pull yourself up next to the warded crystal that powers both the barrier and the enchanted goblet.
Break the spell. I'm very
You
good at these
alter
rolls.
and scratch out key parts of the enchantment that the crystal powers. After a moment, the light emanating from it sputters and dies out, as does the barrier blocking the door.
Are you sure you're ready to face whoever is behind that door?
I got
This
fireballs.
is the last room in the tower, and considering that we have not encountered them yet, it is probably where this lord we have heard so much about is waiting.
Nah. Oh god, it's a portal to something or other. It's a big man. He's the height of 2 people.
Have come here. You've certainly made a mess of things, and now our lord is upset.
Yes, though it has been entertaining to watch you struggle and claw your way here one step at a time.
That's a
You have
little
caused
freaky.
enough
A little Eldritchian horror.
I am bored. While sacrifices are all well and good, I enjoy brutalizing my victims far too much to ignore what hapless fools wander right through my door.
As a D&D player and DM, I definitely plan to campaign you with the DM off. Hey, my man, Chad Paul. Okay, so I gotta defeat a boss, a juggernaut of sorts. I'm putting all my effort into killing him. I do think, honestly, I just got a magic missile, repeat, right? I do have magic potions to help me with that. Oh, that was just rude. I'm starting to think you don't care about me and my feelings here, friend. So we're gonna magic missile and then magic barrier. The magic barrier is real handy. Just, you know, seems as though he doesn't get the memo about polite society. And so we're gonna fireball him again, magic missile him again. Oh, hope it hits still. Yep, still does. And yeah, I think this is not the best boss fight I've ever seen. But again, you get the get out of jail free card of like, well, in D&D, this is how bosses work. It's just a big old fight, right? Okay. So magic barrier, magic missile. We good? Oh, we good? We're good. We're gonna do one more of these. That's gonna be the end, I think. Yeah. Very pleased to say that you might be a cult master, but I can now go into another portal.
Sent us to retrieve.
Oh, it's the Nether! See, that's cute. That's very cute. Let's jump in anyway. Nope, you can't. Fine, I'll go grab the crystal or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, actually, but I know I can grab it. Maybe. It looks like it's the... Wait, what? Is that where I'm gonna go? Yeah, I get to grab the crystal, right? Am I grabbing it incorrectly? I'm pressing both the triggers. Is it in the Nether? No. Do I grab the portal? Do I fireball the portal? No, not that. Go grab the book. I don't see. Is this? That's a tome. That's a tome. This looks like a book. Hey, okay, what's that?
Do about this one.
Whoopsie.
They seem rather powerful, but perhaps Thesserai and the other sages would prefer to keep them for questioning.
What have you done? You've doomed us all. Do you even know what is coming? You've destroyed our only hope at a safe haven against...
Against what?
Oh no.
Enlightenment.
Oh no.
Believe me, Novus.
The bad
there is
guy was
nothing
actually
that
stopping the
can
really
protect
bad
you
guy.
from the forces of the universe. They will learn. Give her some time to see the dangers of her
Oh no,
ways.
don't make me go in there.
Then she can dream that this never happened and apologizes before waking up. Useful,
no.
primitive and temporary, but even these figments of our imaginations that you call people create the occasional useful tool. Have you the eyes for such a thing? Have you the sight to recognize what lies in the blackest abyss? It seems to me that you might, but... no. Never mind.
I'm gonna magic missile you so hard.
There was something familiar about you.
No, not gonna
Perhaps
work.
something that I met in you some months down the line. Your role in this world is done. Enjoy the coming sleep and, in your slumber, be ready for the awakening once the true gods come to call.
Oh, okay. Very lucky that this man does not know how water works.
Swim! Get us out of the water! Move! Now!
Good news is, we got a planeswalker guide. Bad news is...
I did not think to see that thing here. That was more than we bargained for when we took this job.
Hate this
I
place.
think I've had enough of this tower and
Yes,
Yeah, okay, so...
Oh, I will admit that I want to know what they have done with my body. We were in no shape to contend with that man or monster or whatever manner of creature is behind that mask. Even if we should find a way to track them, though, perhaps
Let's climb down the ladder from earlier, by the way.
Anyhow, it could already be gone, or simply pursuing that masked figure will result in both of our deaths.
Probably that second one.
For now, report to Thessarai. They will want to know what we have found.
It has been a, a little bit of a humbling experience to take down what you thought was the big... You take down the bad guy, then he's like, oh, but watch out for the big bad guy. Okay, talk me through it.
I might not have much to offer. I might not be very experienced, but maybe we can talk through whatever is on your mind.
I have to be a dragon's therapist
to,
now. Fine.
I let my emotions get the better of me. When we were trapped in that barrier, I was not thinking clearly, and even if I had been clear-headed, there was so little that I could do. It's galling. I feel as though I am not much of a dragon anymore.
We all have that feeling, buddy. We all have that feeling.
Useful. I feel weak. Ever since I lost my body, I have had little or no control over my life. It's unsettling. I hate it.
Understandable.
That's understandable. I can only imagine what that feels like.
You needn't imagine anything. You and your breed are inherently weak. Pawns
yeah, this
of
dragon's
fate
so
that can
mean to
only
me.
hope to not be caught in the conflicts of those greater than you.
Clearly. You know, just go back to sulking.
Okay. If you're going to be that way, then go ahead and sulk in silence.
Very well.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna teach him that in the human world, we be nice to each other. Also, I think I'm gonna finally make the... So can I make another upgrade yet? Silk pants. Or, wait, how does it work? Like, is this another upgrade? Wool boots. Purchase. I've already bought it. Okay, so you can just buy the things you haven't bought. It's an objective upgrade. This is something I already have, I think. No, but yeah, I've already bought it. So now at this point, all I can buy is the potions. I don't really think it's worth spending this much on potions. And so instead, we're going to go to the castle. The castle is through this keep. Apparently, this was the way I was meant to come home from the castle. Makes a lot more sense. Everyone's so condescending to the humans in this game. Yeah, I mean, you know, we might be humans, we might be fleshy, you know, whatever, but we still have big feelings. You know, you still have to be polite to us. Yeah, I think that was a pretty cool little, you know, I feel like each one of these is like a little cooler than the last one, which is how you got to build up to it, right? You can't be into the most insane of insane things right away. You got to start with a little bit of a build up, like you're doing something casual. So what's going on? You know, like a Quentin Tarantino film. We'll talk about burgers if that's what we need to do.
Ah, I was wondering if you would return at all. I considered scrying to see if you had decided to just make a run for it. Glad to see you didn't.
We've got the book you...
Ah, excellent. Oh, does that mean that, Adro...
We were probably too late.
We were too late. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, so am I. Though I will admit that I had assumed the worst already, hearing it confirmed is still something of a shock. By the way, do you know what was being done in the tower?
A cult of devil worshippers had taken over his tower and removed him.
Devil worshippers? That's a bit, extreme. I certainly hope that Adro had nothing to do with that. So many people seem to forget how committing your soul to a devil is usually a rather permanent affair.
I know, right?
I would not want that for him. He could be unpleasant, yes, but he was a good man. Do you know what they wanted from his tower, or why they were there?
Portal or a safe
They
house?
had some sort of portal.
That cannot have been their only reason for being...
Well, they did say something about needing a safe place. They thought there was some sort of impending calamity and were using the tower as a fortress.
Really? Did they say what this...
I was kind of busy.
Didn't really get that far in conversation.
All right, that...
We did, however, run into that masked man we told you about, though. The one that was in the cave when Vire was taken out of his body.
Really? What happened?
He sounded like he was spouting nonsense. Neither Vire nor I could figure it out, but he then killed one of the cultists and their leader before taking whatever they were using to open the portal. A couple of its minions were also killed outside the tower while fighting...
Pretty fair indication that they're not exactly friendly acquaintances, then.
So now what?
Yes, the charges...
Okay.
Help.
Now help me with the dragon that's inside of me. He's
said
being
that you
too
would help us
sassy
if
and I
we
don't
cleared
like
out
it.
the tower and got your book for you.
I said that I would wipe the slate clean regarding your criminal activities and waive your fee for entrance to the Great Library. The matter of helping you with your little identity crisis is something else entirely.
How dare you?
In exchange for sponging away your crimes and keeping you out of a jail cell, or perhaps an experimentation chamber. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just toying with you a bit. I was planning on helping you from the start, as the problem piqued my curiosity.
That's nice. You know, I thought we just have to do
remind
another
you that
quest,
you should
honestly.
be careful about what someone says and what you agree to. Either way, I'd actually already begun investigating some leads. This may not exactly align with my specialty, but we have hundreds of researchers in my department, so I've enlisted their help.
You can just do...
Of course. What good is being a head bureaucrat if you cannot throw around your weight a little every now and then? Oh, and speaking of assistance, I should also note that no one has been able to identify the creatures that... That in itself is rather peculiar. Fortunately, the Avowed are a curious lot, and are working all the... Since you ran into one of their kind again, if their bodies are still where you slew them in the woods, finding and examining their anatomy would go
let's
a
go
lot.
examine the anatomy
Well, you're
of
always
these
welcome to
guys.
find other work in the area. Otherwise, you have been through quite a lot in the past few weeks. Go to the inn, get some rest. Come see me again once you've had a solid night's sleep.
Okay, so we got an actual quest to go sleep at the inn. So you know the thing where I said, like, oh, it's cool, you get a bonus for going there? No, that was meant to be me later. I just stole stuff from future me, but that's okay. So we're going to jump down the castle again, which is not what you're meant to do. Oh, the castle doesn't want you to jump off it. It's a very rude castle. Doesn't believe in my right to roam, except if there's a specific gap for me. And also, yeah, this random little thing here might have misled me earlier, but it goes nowhere. And indeed, by the way, there seems to be nothing else in here that I can see that we need to check out. So we'll go right back to the inn, which I believe was behind not those gates. There's a lot of people there, but instead over here. Current quest, go to bed. Yes, examine some anatomy. Yeah, it definitely is a bit of a weird thing to be told to do. Not what I was expecting, that's for sure. But when the game says to go look at some bodies, what else can you do? Also, you can see there's some interesting draw distances on some of these enemies here. Also, what's the little dude there all about? That's cute. That's fun. The bench is probably a little bit big for him, but I'm glad he tries his best to make it in the city anyway. So, yeah, this is the entrance to the wider world, or just to the main... Yeah, I think this is just back to get to the... Yeah, there we go. So this is the weird guard who was mean to me earlier. Let's speak again, by the way. How are you feeling now? What's that? Am I friends with your boss? Yeah, I bet you feel bad about saying I didn't know him. Although I was making it up. But you should still feel bad. Let's speak to the innkeeper and see if they have any quests for me.
What can I do for you?
Open room?
Do you have an open room for the night?
Yeah, haven't had a lot of customers lately since most travelers aren't being let into the city. So you got your pick of the place. Just be one
gold piece. That's pricey.
Yikes, that's kind of pricey.
It's the lowest rate I can offer.
I'm not going to be able to bargain.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Z.
No. Stay away. No. Stop it. Leave me alone. Go away.
Fire! And don't drop Fire! It's okay!
No. Leave me. Get back! Where are they? Potter, where are they?
That was not a good night's sleep. Has to be said.
What were you dreaming about?
You needn't pretend. You saw it too.
Do you want to talk about?
No.
Wow, I've got such a sassy dragon inside of me. I'm just gonna go back to sleep then. Yeah, no bad dreams that time. Okay, you know what? Good night of sleep officially been achieved. Or at least an okay night of sleep. I've always been curious. In video games, they always have inns where they've got literally 2 rooms for rent. Is that even a viable business at that point? Like, you know, the economies of scale that you get from like 100 rooms
About last
really,
night.
really stops working with just 2.
Do not speak of it.
It's just that, was the experience really that bad? Having your body stolen. I know you were scared, but those dreams you have and the way you acted when the cultists caught us.
I said not to speak of it. I want no reminder of that. But if you really insist on satisfying your childish, idiotic curiosity, then just know this. Having my soul ripped from my body was the most painful thing that I have ever experienced. I did not know that pain could be so complete or overwhelming. Not being able to do anything about it was even worse. Now be silent and go speak with the sage.
Okay, so Pharesi was meant to be around here somewhere, but he's going off into one of these corners to play D&D for some reason. Oh, he's up over here. I literally have PTSD. Want to talk about it? No? You know, at some point, he's responsible for his own issues. Also, yeah, this is a grand library. Bit of a messy place, but I like it. Cutscene could have been better. You have 2 large companies working on a DLC, and the cutscene looks like it was made. So, in the case of this Celeste, if you're curious, they take a marketplace team, and this place, I think it's called Everbloom, is the publisher or the studio behind it. Hey, more gold coins, by the way. Plus a potion of invincibility. And so, yeah, it is an interesting, like, you know, like, you could make the argument that, like, well, shouldn't they do better? It's like, well, actually, this is a... No, wait, I think I might have left some coins in there. That's the reason why. Also, ooh,
Vowed
that's
and I have
weird.
been working on your conundrum. I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Skip the bad news.
Have to hear.
I'm afraid that they
No,
go
no,
hand in-
don't need to hear it.
Well, to begin with, we have found a way to safely separate Vair's soul from your body and put it back into his own while expelling the parasite that is latched onto him.
What's the bad news?
The bad news.
Yep,
you
bad
see, while
no
in Hunter
bad
myself,
news
the
whatsoever.
problems
Oh,
are
I don't hear any
probably
bad
will
news.
to address.
So the good news
They can
is
only do so on a limited
they
scale, and
found
needs time to recharge,
the solution.
but it should do the trick.
The catch is that enough, an easier way. This very much feels like a Bethesda moment, by the way. Like I'm talking to a guy from on top of a ladder. Is that enough?
Enough on its...
Yes, though depending on how powerful the parasite is, you will likely need to weaken the creature before the artifact can extract it. The rod was last seen. Without getting into too, there have not been any reports of the... If not,
Okay,
then they may
so-
have an idea of where to find it.
Icewind Dale.
It's far to the north.
So I'm gonna have to
I
travel
should have
real far.
included that in the bad
Speak to a
news.
giant.
We should get
It's
going,
gonna be
then.
fun.
Well, there's a
But
oh, and,
that's
one last
after
thing.
they separate me
One
from the
of our
body, because as
cultists
we all
was able
know,
to identify those
the
grinning
thing is
creatures
done.
that
They've
you have
found
encountered.
the solution.
They are called Gru and are part of a large,
I can't
mysterious
skip this,
category
by
of
the way, it's
creatures
important.
commonly called Starspawn. Whatever their purpose is here, it can... The few times the Starspawn Gru are mentioned in our books usually labels them as minions, shock troopers. How they came here is unknown, but they're very... I suspect that you have found a cult of the Old Ones, which may explain why the man in the mask was interested in the devil cultists you found in Adro's Tower. They would likely have similar goals and could be using similar resources.
The sage seems to be fairly composed, but he could be concealing something. It's hard to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the information.
Limited, as you see, while investigating, I've done it myself. The problems are,
Oh,
we know,
there's so
removed
much.
to
Oh no,
address
oh
this.
no,
It can
what have
only
I
do-
done?
What's the catch? The catch? Will that be
Oh
a
no,
guess?
I just,
The
I want to
rod
get
was
out of
last
this
seen- Without getting
conversation. I'm
into-
trapped in
there
it.
have not- If not,
Where exactly
No,
the
no.
kidding?
yeah,
Okay.
I probably should have included.
We'd better
Get
go.
going then.
Well, there's a ship heading north. and
Okay,
the
there's a ship
and,
we can
one
get
last
on.
thing. One of our occultists was able
No,
to
I
identify
heard this
those
already.
green
You
creatures
made
that
me
you have
listen to it
encountered.
already.
They are called Gru and are part of a large, mysterious
no.
category of creatures commonly called.
Yeah, so this is a really cool
Starspawn.
map.
Whatever their purpose is, the few times the star... How they came here is... I suspect that you have found a cult of the Old Ones, which may explain why the man in the mask was interested
There's a
in
lot
the
of
devil
dialogue,
cultists you
and you have
found
to
in
hear it
Adro's
twice if
Tower.
you make a
They
mistake.
would likely have similar goals and could be using similar resources.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear.
Thank you for the information.
Limited as it was.
Continue.
Keep this with you as you travel.
Okay, I hit one
you
more
can use
time,
this to
that's why.
contact me from anywhere in Faerun at any
Law,
time.
I do not see it.
If you're in dire trouble, or if you encounter something that might be very interesting to me, use that. Otherwise, abuse this privilege and I will sever the connection permanently. Now go down to the docks and you will find passage on a ship heading north. Good luck.
So yeah, this is a DLC that you can spend up to 10 hours on apparently, and that's not considering that you might want to play it as a different class, which is a really cool thing to collaborate on. It is very much a linear story, but it is one of the cooler linear Minecraft maps that has been made that I can name. It is very, very, very fun, and I have enjoyed my time here in the first few chapters of the game. Sadly, I do not have 10 hours, and the quest that the main quest of get good sleep, which very much is an important quest we're always working on, is something I do need to work on. So I'm gonna eat some lovely desserts. I went to a restaurant and they gave me. It was a fancy afternoon tea actually, and I asked for a to-go box, and they brought me a to-go box that was pre-filled with desserts from the place. Never seen or heard of that concept, but it was very cool. And I'm just gonna eat some desserts and then pass out, and it's gonna be great. But for now, I'm going to go back to my inn, and definitely you'd play at least a little more of this off the stream. For now, though, I do want to mention I'm starting a brand new series on Thursday. I'm going to be doing ultra hardcore, but no totems of undying, and it's going to be the first 25 days on the world with no end on Thursday. We're going to be starting a little bit of a series, a limited run. If you want to see a brand new world where genuinely anytime we do it, we might die, day 1 through 25 will be available on Thursday. Come join me for it. Anyway, for now, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye. Gonna fire a fireball at you now. Bye.